I do like that Vaporesso have gone back to being... Come on! Really? Hi guys, welcome back to AVC. Today's going to be a quick review for not one, but two kits from Vaporesso. It's going to be, of course, these, the GTX GO 40 and the GTX GO 80. The 80 being a bigger device than the 40, obviously. The 80 can get up to 80 watts, the 40 up to 40 watts. It's going to be a basic kit. It's going to be a pod at the top. Put your coil in, fill it up, put the pod under the battery. It will then read your ohm of the coil, set the wattage. You can't change that at all. It's what it gives you, is what you get. I do like the fact that they've gone back to being a sort of stick style device, like a battery tube. It's a bit nice than the usual pod kit being sort of square and rectangle. I do like stick devices. These were sent to me from Vaporesso. It's a big thanks to Vaporesso for that. This review is slightly late. They did ask us all to get them done by the 25th. Unfortunately, this is just going to be a hobby. I've been really busy in my work life. This week we've reopened to the public. So it's been a bit busy. Busy life at work, busy life at home with the family, the wife and the kids. So it's a few days late. So yeah, what we'll do, go down, open the boxes, look around quickly, come back up top, and we'll talk about the 40 and the 80. See you in a minute. Okay, here are the packaging for the GTX GO 80 and the GTX GO 40. Quick look around one of the boxes. On the back, some details there for the 80 and some details there for the 40. Got over the features in a minute. Inside each box, gonna get the same sort of thing. Gonna get a USB-C charge cable in each one. A little user manual. A authenticity card. And also your warranty card. Now in each packaging, there's only one coil in each box. For the 80 watt one, you get a 0.2 ohm mesh coil. And for the 40 watt one, there's going to be a 0.6 ohm mesh coil. I've already been using my 0.6 ohm mesh coil. Not used the 0.2 for this one. I have used GTX coils in the past. It's one of my favourite coils. I've got a whole load here. So I've tried out different coils with these kits. But yeah, like I said, there's only going to be one coil per packaging. That for me will be straight away will be a bad point. This is a starter kit for someone really new to vaping, and they get a coil that's either dud, not working properly, or they don't prime it and they fire it and burn the cotton straight away. That's it. There's no second coil in the packaging. That's both for the 80 and the 40. One coil is not good. And here we are with the GTX GO 80 and 40. Size-wise, you can see a lot different. This one I believe is going to be 22mm. This one's going to be 26mm in diameter. The GTX GO 40 has a 1500 mAh battery, chargeable at 1 amp. The GTX GO 80 has a 3000 mAh battery, chargeable at 2 amp. On the outside, you've got the fire button. It says Vaporesso here. Turn it around. The USB-C charge point on the side, not underneath. That's a good point. Vaporesso's logo. And on the back, usual CE mark. Don't dispose in bin and your vent hole. It's going to be the same on the GTX GO 40. Exactly the same, just obviously smaller. These pods just come out. They're held with magnets. I will say the magnets here are quite tight. Both pods are exactly the same, but like I said, one will be smaller. Inside there, it's going to be 2 contact points on both of them. Airflow's on the outside. It is adjustable. I'll show that in a minute. On the fire button, we'll go with the GTX GO 40 first. 5 clicks on. Get a little flashing light show. When you're vaping this one, when it's a green light, the battery is going to be between 100 and 70%. When it goes down to blue, it's between 70 and 30. Then when it goes to red, it's below 30. Time to start charging it. It's going to be exactly the same on this one. Now these are really nice sort of stick devices. I do like the shape of these. It's about time we went back to a stick design pod kit. So yeah, it's going to be literally when you put your pod on, it's going to read your coil and set the wattage automatically. You can use all of the GTX coils with these kits. I've tried the 1.2 ohm mesh coil, I've tried the 0.8, 0.6, 0.2. There's going to be an RBA coil available, but I can't get my RBA coil to fit inside these pods, unfortunately. So the RBA coil is not compatible with these, it just won't go in properly. So like I said, this one is going to be just press the fire button and it vapes away. This one, I've had a few issues with this one. You press the fire and it's firing. However, with the GTX GO 40, press this fire button 3 times. It changes down to blue, and then when you press fire, it's still green for the battery safe status. 3 more clicks, it goes down to red, and then 3 more clicks, back to green. That doesn't happen on the 80, just the 40. Now, if you've already got a pod kit in the past and you've had that sort of 3 different power settings, it's going to be the same sort of thing. Press it 3 times, it changes colour, so it's like a low, medium, high setting. I have sent them a few emails to Vaporesso. I've not really had much joy back with them. I've explained to them that this one seems to be, there was at one point going to be an option to change the power. I will say that if I press this 3 times from green to blue to red and vape on it, there's no difference at all. But that would be a bit confusing for someone who's already had one of these before, where you can press it 3 times and change the power. They may think you can still do that with this one, but you can't. It does change the light colour, but it doesn't change the power. That power is set purely by the coil inside the pod. When you put it on, it will read the coil. It gives you a set wattage for that coil. That's it. Like I said, whether they had a feature or they think about doing that feature in the beginning, and then decided not to, and this chip inside here has still got that sort of 3 light settings, but not adjusting the power, I'm not too sure. But that for me is a bit confusing. If a new user, they might get a bit confused with that one. Like I said, it's only with this one, with the GTX, there's no coil in this one. With this one, when you press it 3 times, nothing happens. It just stays with the colour, the battery status. So yeah, that's going to be them themselves. Like I said, really small and compact, the GTX 40, GTX 80, sorry, a lot bigger. It's going to be depending on your style of vaping. If you're going to use this one a lot with, let's say, the 0.2 ohm mesh coil, maybe get this one. It's bigger battery life, it's more wattage. If you're going for more like the 1.2 ohm coils or the 0.6 or 0.8 ohm mesh coils, this might be a nice one. It's really small, pocket friendly as you can see. Whereas this one with a pod is a lot bigger. I actually like this one more than this one myself personally, because I vape with a 1.2 ohm or the 0.6 ohm mesh coils a lot. And the pods, I'm not going to change this one because it's got filled up already with coil. So I'll show you the bigger one. The features in this pod here are exactly the same as this one, so don't worry, it's no difference. There's going to be 4 magnets there. When you put it in, like I said, it's a real strong magnet. You've got to really pull to get it off. You hold it by the magnet, it won't fall off. Really nice, tight grip, I must say. So the coil's going to go in here. The airflow doesn't come in this side here. That's for your fingers to get under the coil and pop it out. The airflow comes in this side and this side on the inside. The top here, the mouthpiece on both of these isn't removable. It's a set mouthpiece. This one is a lot smaller than this one, obviously. To fill this one, really simple. It's a little bayonet system. Turn the top cap about a third of the way and it comes off. And right here, you got your little fill port. You got your air release hole there. So literally, you go put your coil inside here. Push a nozzle of a juice bottle through this little port and fill it up. This one, the GTX 80, will hold 5 mils of e-liquid. This one for the 40 will hold 3.5 mils. These are non-TPD versions. The TPD versions will be 2 mils. There's going to be a little rubber gasket inside it, obviously, at some point. But yeah, these are not TPD versions. 5 mils, 3.5. Going to put in the coil quickly. Like I said, I've been using that one with a 0.6. And I've used this one as well with a 0.6. But I will now try the 0.2 ohm mesh coil. The juice today is going to be from Doozy. It's going to be the seriously fruity mango and orange. So yeah, this is a brand new coil. Put a few drops on the coil on the inside. A few drops on the outside if you want to. Because you need to make sure that cotton is all saturated. That's why I think it's going to be a bad point that there's only one coil included. because a new vapor, they might not prime that coil properly, or they might not know about that. They might dry fire the cotton straight away and burn it. So with these coils, make sure it's facing upwards. If I can zoom in. Bit fiddly. The flat edge this way and this way. The round edge here towards the thumbnails. Push it straight in. It's there. Like I said, that's just for your finger to go under and pop it out. So yeah, to fill it up, like I said, very simple. Get your juice bottle straight through the membrane and fill it up. That will do. You might get a little bit of juice coming out of that little air hole there. Just wipe it off. Get your top cap and put it back on again. 1/3 of a turn and it's done. Leave that for a few minutes to saturate the cotton and it's done. So yeah, very simple little kit, I must say. Very basic. It's going to be set by the coil. Nothing else. You can only vape this by pressing the fire button. It's not auto draw. You've got to press it to vape. On the airflow, on both of them, when you put the pod inside, they are there. You can open it this side. Just hold the whole pod and turn it around. So you can go fully open, fully closed, and in between. That will happen on both sides. Like I said, that's going to both pods. They're exactly the same, but these air holes are a little bit bigger than this one. Just turn it around and change it. So yeah, that's going to be the Vaporesso GTX GO 40 and 80. Look at the top, have a quick talk, have a quick vape. So yeah, that's a quick look on the GTX 40 and the 80. This is the 40 with a 0.6 ohm mesh coil. I've been vaping this one for quite a while, this coil. I have a few vapes. That's my airflow halfway open on each side. It's a nice restricted direct along. Turn it all the way down to almost closed. It's a little bit tighter. What I found with these ones though, with a 0.6 ohm and a 0.2 ohm, they're not going to be mouth-to-lung vapes, obviously. This one with a GTX GO 40, I have tried a 1.2 ohm mesh coil with it as well. That gave me a bit of a more loose mouth-to-lung, but not a tight mouth-to-lung. So both of these in the 40 and 80 variety, they're not going to be for you real tight mouth-to-lung vapors. Even if you use a 1.2 ohm coil with this one, I wouldn't use a 1.2 ohm coil with the 80 watt one because I think it gives a bit too much power for that coil. It performs better with this one. Those coils you can use in either kit, obviously. But like I said, on the GTX GO 80, the air holes are a bit bigger than the 40, so it's a bit harder to close the air hole down on that one than this one. I find that the GTX GO 40 is a bit more adjustable, a bit more noticeable when you turn it down. Going to try the GTX GO 80. This one is now with a 0.2 ohm mesh coil. Quick vape, airflow, fully open. And that is a real open, airy, direct to lung. Nice flavour, obviously. I do like the GTX coils. I've used them in the past a lot. I showed you my bag. I've got lots of coils. The GTX coils and the Nautilus coils are my two go-to stock coils. So yeah, halfway open with this one. Still quite an airy vape. Down to quarter open. Bit more restricted. Not keen in it that way. With that coil, I think between halfway and fully open with the 80 is going to be really good flavour. Like I said, the GTX coils I've always enjoyed. Going to go over a few good points and bad points. The bad points will only apply to the GTX GO 40, not the 80. Good points are very simple little kit, I must say. Easy to fill those ones. Under that top piece, push a little nozzle through the membrane and fill it up. You can see quite clearly now with the juice is full. I will say that the airflow is working well. I have heard from a few people that they've had a slight bit of leaking. I must say with my coils, my 0.6, my 1.2, I've had no leaking. This one, the 0.2 ohm mesh coil, I can't say because this is the first time I've used this one. So like I said, I've had mine, but what I do when I use a pod kit, don't know about you, at the end of the day, I take the pod out, put it on the side and leave it overnight. The next day, I put it back on again. I always recommend that if you've got a pod kit with a pod, especially the coil underneath is a push fit coil, just take the pod out at the end of the night, put it down. You're not using it, don't leave it in the device all the time. If you do it that way, you probably have no issues. Like I said, I've had no leaking issues myself personally, but some people have said they have. So good points are, it is performing well. It's going to be, like I said, simplicity to use. It's got all the built-in safety features, obviously. The flavour is really good. I'd say the flavour on the GTX coils is between an 8 and 8.5 on a pod kit sort of scale. Going to get on to the bad points about the GTX GO 40. The good points will be exactly the same. The airflow is controllable really nicely, easy to fill. The only bad point will be if a pod user who's had a pod before in the past has had a device where you click it and it changes that wattage between low, medium and high. With this one, the 40, like I said, you press it 3 times, it will go to blue, then to red, come on, back to green. That will give you the impression that it's going to be adjustable, that you've got like a low, medium, high setting, whereas you don't. I've not noticed any difference in the vape. This is on the green. If I go down to say the blue and red, so blue should be like medium, red should be low. No difference. I'm not sure, like I said, if they had that feature in mind in the beginning, they then changed their mind later on. I would like that to not do that because, like I said, with this one, the GTX GO 80 doesn't do that. It's on green, 3 clicks, doesn't change the colour. Just with this one, the GTX GO 40. That, like I said, might confuse some vapors who've used a device in the past that has a low, medium, and high setting. Apart from that, I've been really enjoying these ones. I do, like I said, I like the fact that it's going to be a stick device. I do like that. Nice and comfortable in the hand. The 40, it's going to be more for you people that like a real restricted direct along. If you like to use the 0.2 ohm and have it really open, the GTX GO 80 will be for you. Depends on, of course, if you like small or big. There's a big difference in sizes, obviously, as you can see. But yeah, I actually prefer this one, the 40, because I vape sort of really restricted or really loose mouth to lung. This one I've been enjoying. This one, again, like I said, it is really nice, but it's more for you high wattage, low ohm vapors. So yeah, that's my thoughts and my opinions on GTX GO 80 and 40. Guys and girls, hope you like the video. Did like the video, want to give it a thumbs up. Disliked it, give it a thumbs down. If you're new to me, not seen me before, want to hit the subscribe button down below to see more. And yeah, I'll see you all on the next one.